Mark, 2002 was a great year for you and the Pfizer team. You raced for a championship, the win at Charlotte, and $1 million. You almost won at Dover, caught Jimmy Johnson late in the go. And take us through the thinking as you're closing in on possibly another Winston Cup win.
Well, we had a lot of problems getting started on new tires, and you know, all day the fast cars would get away from us. So as that, we had just enough laps, and I knew when that restart happened that it was going to be close, and we dropped back straightaway back, and then our car started coming and coming on, and I knew I was going to catch him, but I knew that it was going to be hard. You know how it is when you run somebody down and it's less than 10 laps to go. It's pretty difficult to get by, and I made a couple of runs at him in traffic, but the cars were pretty close to the same speed, and it was just it was exciting, and it was a great run for us.
Well, what you're thinking at a place like Dover where you have so many grooves and traffic's a factor, you're equal or maybe a little bit better than the guy leading. What are you trying to figure out in your mind in order to attack him and get the win?
Well, you know, Michael, I like to run the bottom, you know, and you like to run the top. And that works good for me because when we're racing, you know, the bottom lane is usually open for me. But Jimmy saw me coming, and he moved down to the bottom of the racetrack. And a lot of times that's what I'm thinking, you know, I have to figure out a way to get by. And usually, unless I've really got a guy beat pretty good, I've got to figure out how to get under him. And Jimmy did everything right. He saw me coming. They figured out. He moved down. He was running up in the middle of the track, and he moved down to the bottom, and I didn't have the middle figured out good enough to get the job done.
Well, let's line it up again. This time, you know what Mark's thinking. He needs the bottom. Let's see if we can get the win at Dover for Mark Martin. Get in the game.